Why does your dog suddenly start running like crazy in the middle of the night? Fearful face. Have you ever noticed how your calm, relaxed dog, just sitting quietly a moment ago, suddenly jumps up and starts sprinting across the room for no clear reason? It runs, spins, jumps, changes direction at full speed, like something invisible is chasing it. You look around, there's nothing there. No sound, no movement, no obvious trigger. And yet your dog keeps going. Then, just as suddenly, it stops. Completely still. Staring at an empty corner of the room, eyes locked, ears raised, body tense. In that moment, a strange thought crosses your mind. What if your dog is seeing something you can't? What if it's reacting to something beyond your perception? The more you watch, the more it stops feeling like simple play, and starts to feel like something deeper, something you don't fully understand. This isn't a one-time thing either. Dog owners all over the world report the exact same behavior. Their dogs suddenly burst into intense, uncontrollable movement, especially during quiet moments. It looks random at first, but when you pay closer attention, it doesn't feel random at all. There's a pattern. There's intention. There's urgency. The way your dog runs, the way it suddenly stops, the way it focuses on something invisible, it all feels like it's reacting to a hidden signal. That's why so many people feel confused or even slightly unsettled when they see it. Because deep down, it doesn't look like normal behavior. It looks like your dog is interacting with a world that you don't have access to. But here's the truth, what you're seeing isn't something supernatural. It's something far more real, and far more fascinating. Your dog experiences the world in a completely different way than you do. Its senses are sharper, faster, and more sensitive to subtle changes in the environment. While you rely mostly on sight, your dog relies heavily on sound and smell. It can hear frequencies you can't detect, pick up distant noises you would ignore, and sense movements so small they don't even register in your brain. So when your dog suddenly starts running, it's often reacting to stimuli that are very real to it, but completely invisible to you. One of the biggest reasons behind this behavior is something commonly known as zoomies, but that simple word doesn't fully explain what's happening. Throughout the day, your dog builds up energy, physical energy from lack of movement, and mental energy from boredom or stimulation. If your dog doesn't get enough exercise, playtime, or engagement, that energy doesn't just disappear. It stays inside, building pressure like a compressed spring. Eventually, it needs to be released. And when that release happens, it can be sudden, explosive, and intense. Your dog runs, jumps, spins, and moves rapidly, not because it's confused, but because it's releasing everything that's been building up inside its body. Another major factor is your dog's natural instincts. Even though your dog lives in a safe, comfortable home, its brain is still wired like its wild ancestors. Those ancestors relied on quick bursts of speed, sudden direction changes, and high alertness to survive, whether it was chasing prey or escaping danger. That instinct hasn't disappeared. It's still there, deeply embedded in your dog's behavior. So when your dog suddenly runs across the room at full speed, makes sharp turns, and reacts quickly to unseen triggers, it's not random, it's instinctual. It's your dog's brain activating patterns that have existed for thousands of years. At the same time, your dog's emotional state plays a huge role in this behavior. Dogs experience a wide range of emotions throughout the day: excitement, frustration, anticipation, happiness. But they don't express those emotions the way humans do. Instead, they often release emotional tension through physical movement. That sudden burst of running can actually be a form of emotional release. It's your dog's way of resetting itself, clearing out built-up stress, and returning to a balanced state. What looks chaotic to you is actually a natural and healthy process for your dog. There's also something else happening that makes this behavior feel especially intense: your dog's focus. When your dog suddenly stops and stares at an empty space, it's not imagining things. It's processing information. It may have heard a faint sound, picked up a distant scent, or detected a tiny movement that you didn't notice. Its brain locks onto that signal, analyzing it in real time. That's why its body becomes still, its ears stay alert, and its eyes remain fixed. It's not looking at nothing, it's focusing on something that exists within its sensory range, even if you can't perceive it. In some cases, this behavior can also be a sign of pure joy. Yes. What looks like chaos might actually be happiness. When your dog feels safe, comfortable, and excited, it sometimes expresses that feeling through sudden bursts of energy. Running, jumping, spinning, it can all be a celebration of how good your dog feels in that moment. This is especially common after positive experiences, like eating, playing, or spending time with you. It's your dog's way of saying, "I feel good," without using words. However, it's important to recognize when this behavior goes beyond normal. If your dog's sudden running becomes excessive, aggressive, or paired with signs of anxiety, like whining, pacing, or destructive behavior, it could indicate an underlying issue. Lack of exercise, mental stimulation, or routine can all contribute to abnormal behavior patterns. In those cases, it's important to observe closely and make adjustments to your dog's daily life to ensure it stays healthy and balanced. In the end, what seems mysterious or even a little frightening is actually a combination of science, instinct, and emotion working together. Your dog isn't reacting to something supernatural, it's reacting to a version of reality that is richer, more detailed, and more intense than the one you experience. The sudden running, the sharp turns, the focused staring, it all makes sense when you understand how your dog's body and mind truly work. So the next time your dog suddenly starts running like crazy, don't panic. Don't assume something is wrong. Instead, take a moment to watch, to observe, to understand. Because what you're witnessing isn't madness, it's a glimpse into your dog's world. A world that exists right beside yours, but operates on a completely different level.